For the mock client session recording, I will be demonstrating motivational interviewing, specifically moving the client from the contemplation stage to the preparation/determination stage of change. The context of the session, the practice setting is Hospice of Hilo, the Pohai Malama Care Center, which is a 12-bed acute inpatient facility that focuses on pain and symptom management. The presenting problem is the mother's ambivalence regarding scheduling an individual counseling session following her daughter's passing 2 weeks ago. So, my role in the session would be the bereavement counselor, and Nellie will be playing the role of the patient's mother. So, some background information. The following session is a reenactment of an initial telephone call to the patient's mother, Kristen, 2 weeks following the passing of her daughter, Stephanie. The patient was a 27-year-old Caucasian single female with a palliative diagnosis of central pontine myelinolysis. The patient passed at the Pohai Malama inpatient facility with her mother and father at her bedside.
Hello,
Hello, may I please speak with Kristen?
speaking.
Hello, Kristen. My name is Courtney, and I'm a bereavement counselor with Hospice of Hilo.
Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm calling to check in and see how you were doing.
Um, I'm alright. I mean, things haven't been real good, and I'm just really tired. And, you know, I mean, the holidays are coming up and stuff, and things are just not the same without having stuff around the house. Just don't really feel like doing much of anything.
Yeah, I totally hear you. I'm very sorry for your loss. And I see here that Philip, our spiritual counselor, briefly spoke with you about our bereavement services.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And he also spoke with you about individual counseling.
Yeah.
And it looks as though you were interested in individual counseling. Is that something you're still interested in?
Well, I mean, I think I want some help, but I think that I mean, it's kind of early still. I'm still going through a lot, and we just buried Steph last weekend, so I'm not sure if I can, if I'm ready to go out and get some help right now.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that you you would like some help and but maybe not at this moment and it's a little too early for that.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm not ready to go out and get any kind of counseling right now. I definitely don't want to go to that facility. I mean, no offense, but I mean, that's where she died, and it just everything there reminds me of her. I was with her there to the end. I'm sure you know, and like with the counseling thing, I know he talked about it, and for me, it's like counseling is like I have to move on or something, and I don't want to move on. I don't need to forget about her. That's not what I'm ready to do right now.
Mhm. Yeah, I can see how the Pohai facility, can would be upsetting for you and would definitely, make you think of Steph and how difficult that would be for you. I also just wanted to let you know and let you know and be aware that as bereavement counselors and some of the services here we provide is not just we don't just do individual counseling in the facility. We actually can do home visits if that's something that you'd be interested in and something that would be more comforting for you.
Well, I mean, that sounds a little bit better, yeah. Than I don't have to go out and I don't have to go there. So that sounds a little bit better.
Okay, great. Well, we can definitely talk more about that, but I also heard you saying how, that you don't want to, obviously move on and, and I heard you say, talk about forgetting Steph. Could you tell me a little bit more about that?
Well, like everybody, I mean, not everybody, but everybody's like, you need to move on. And I feel like I don't want to move on and just go on and be happy without her. I mean, and then go on enjoying life without her. I mean, that's my daughter.
Yes, most definitely. And again, I am really sorry for your loss, but everyone experiences grief and loss differently, and it definitely takes time. However, I'm definitely not telling you that you need to move on, and definitely keeping her memory alive is something that's really important.
Well, I mean, like I lost my mom when I was 7 years old. And I can remember watching my dad just really sad all the time. And we had to be the strong ones. And we were just kids, like me and my brother. And
Mhm.
we had to be the strong ones until he finally went and got help. But by that time, it was serious. My dad got diagnosed with major depression, and we ended up having to go and stay with my auntie, and that's who raised us after my mom passed away. And like, I want some help, but because I don't want to end up like my dad. But I don't know if I'm ready to start right now.
Mhm. I hear you, and I can't imagine what you have gone through, and hearing about your the loss of your mother, and then your father with his during his depression, and you and your brother having to go live with your aunt. Again, just I just wanted to say thank you for sharing something so personal, and again I can't imagine what that was like for you.
Well, it's just all of that is being brought up now with losing my daughter, and it's just tough.
Mhm. Yeah. And if we're always here again, as the bereavement counselors, as I mentioned, we're always here for you. You can give me a phone call back, or as we spoke about earlier, I could even come out to do a home visit and see you in your home if that's more comforting for you, and we could talk more about the loss of your daughter, and potentially maybe if you'd like to talk about your mother's your mother's loss, and is that something that you'd be interested in?
Um, I guess we can just schedule something now. I don't want to tell you I'm gonna call you back and forget about things. So I guess we could schedule that. That's fine with me.
Okay, great. Sure. And what day and time works for you?
Well, I've just been home, so any time would be all right. But can I just ask that, I've spent some time talking with you today,
Hmm.
and if someone is gonna come and do a home visit, I would prefer if you were the one to come and do it. Am I able to request that?
Yes, you are. And actually, let me go check my calendar, and I can see when I'm free. In the mock session, the bereavement counselor helped to resolve the mother's ambivalence regarding scheduling an individual counseling session, moving the mother from the contemplation stage to the preparation/determination stage of change. The bereavement counselor also asked open-ended questions, responded with a few affirmations, and engaged in reflective listening.